Hello all and welcome to another CEX challenge video. Yes, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but a fresh idea has popped into my head and I thought it was about time. So what idea have I had pop into my head? Well, you've probably seen the title and the thumbnail by now. That is what I have called the Xbox Generation game. As we know, the Xboxes are currently still out because the Xbox Series X is not out yet. It's currently at 3 generations. The Xbox original being the first one, 360 being the second, and of course the Xbox One we can't count being the third. So what have I got, or what rules have I set myself for this one? Well, I've got to buy one from each generation, and being as the Xbox is the first one, the original Xbox that is, I've got to buy an Xbox game for £1. The Xbox 360 is the second one, so I've got to buy an Xbox 360 game for £2, and you can see where I'm going with this. Xbox One, third generation, that's going to be £3. Rules in place, pretty much the standard age-old rules I've always had for every other challenge. No generic sports titles, so FIFA, PES, 2K, NHL, NBA, Madden, you are all out. No generic year-on-year sports titles allowed. Nothing that I already own, that stands as well. And I have to spend exactly the £1, £2 and £3 on the games in question. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am nearly at Harlow Town Centre, which is where I'll be doing today's challenge in one of my two local CEXs. I shall try and shoot some footage in store, try and capture some of the retro stuff. And yes, I will see you soon, or speak to you again soon, with the 3 games that I have hopefully successfully picked up. Speak to you later. Okay, so we're home now and it's time for the results to the Xbox Generation Game CEX Challenge. Did I manage to complete it? Yes, I did. And as you'll see on screen is the result of Generation 1, the Xbox original game for only £1. And there wasn't a lot of choice there. I must admit, their Xbox original stock was real low. And I must admit, I was getting rather worried for a minute, because when I went in there was a lot of sports titles, and of course cheap generic sports titles don't count. There were actually only 2 £1 options, but the other one I felt like I was cheating just a little bit because it was Pool Shark. Yes, it wasn't a generic sports title, but pool is considered a sport, so therefore is a sports title. It would have been allowed, but I just felt it was slightly cheating a little bit. So I went for Full Spectrum Warrior. Yes, it looks like a Call of Duty game. It's always going to get tagged with being Call of Duty-esque, looking like this, but it looks a decent FPS, to be honest with you. It's got nice ratings of it on the front here. On the back, it does look really interesting, shaping up to be a modern classic from Xbox World, most realistic war game ever. Bold statement. We love FSW, which must stand for Full Spectrum Warrior. The future of strategy shooters is here, based on a training aid developed for the US Army. So that does really pique my interest. And of course, there was 2 copies of this game here, but I went for the one that had a nice crispy manual in it that was already in the box. The other one didn't have a manual but had these extra bits of paper here, which is always nice when it's got the extra bit of paper because that makes it fully complete. But there we go. Generation 1, the original Xbox, £1 buy, is Full Spectrum Warrior. So the only one that posed no problems really. There were quite a few options for the Xbox 360 being the second generation of Xbox and having to buy a £2 game. But the one that I went for that sparked my interest the most was Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. And yes, sold it to me from the back a little bit. Cut at will. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a stunning, epic action game set in the Metal Gear Solid universe. You take control of Raiden, a cyborg ninja armed with a high-frequency blade which can cut through virtually anything. Full power of full 360-degree blade control and experience a new kind of Metal Gear game. So yes, that sparked my interest. The other one I nearly went for, I think, was Battlefield 2. Can't remember what couple of words were after Battlefield 2. But that looked quite interesting as well, but not as interesting as this for me. And only £2. And this looks like to be relatively new stock at CEX because I've never seen them use these kind of labels before. So new labels for new stock. So there we go. So we've got Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance for our second generation Xbox 360, £2 buy. So what did we get for the Xbox One? Now, wow, did this prove to be difficult. And I was actually only left with one option because if you heard my rules at the beginning, nothing I already own. Now, I saw Agents of Mayhem, which I bought for a lot less than £3 as a £3 game. And I was just like, I've already got that. It's the only game I can see. And then I was saved by this game that most people know. Fallout 4 was £3. Now, I've seen it be cheaper in CX than this as well. But I had to complete the challenge, and I did complete the challenge. And to be honest with you, £3 for Fallout 4, still not expensive for what is supposedly a great game. And I must be honest with you, I haven't played a Fallout. They just don't appeal to me. They don't jump out to me as to play straight away. So other stuff always jumps in front first. So yes, I have got Fallout 4 and I will play them at some point. I will give them a chance. When I've got time to sit down and really get deep into them, I will play it. And this one is a super nice and complete copy as well. We've got Guide to Survive, so I'm guessing that's some kind of manual with a survival guide. This is a really cool poster as well, actually, which I'm surprised is in there. To be honest with you, I kind of expect these things to be taken out by people and used in some manner. We've got a sheep that has a season pass on it as well, but I'm guessing the person has probably used that. I'll play the lottery and give it a bash, as I always do with anything that has a code inside a game that I have bought, because you do never know, sometimes they do work. So Fallout 4 was my Xbox One purchase, the third generation of Xboxes, £3 buy, and what made me complete this challenge. Now, this one was a lot of fun, even though the original Xbox game, which we shall pop back into view here, was difficult to find. And the Xbox 360, I love shopping for Xbox 360 games, as I'm going for the full set anyway. So to shop for an Xbox 360 game is always going to be fun for me, and having a few choices there as well to make a final decision. But there we go. We have our Xbox original for £1, our Xbox 360 for £2, and our Xbox One game for £3. And I may do it again at another store. I did that one in the Harlow town store, so I might visit the Bishop Stortford store and do it there as well and see what turns up. Hopefully they'll have a little bit of a better stock for me to have a little bit more of a wide choice. So, ladies and gentlemen, I must admit, this was a lot of fun, and if you don't mind spending £6 and you want to have a go yourself, I would be very much interested to see other people have a go at this and see which games they get for £1, £2 and £3 from the 3 generations of Xbox game. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. This was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing it again. And then finally, as always, Take care.